Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 46 of this series. It has been a hot minute since we started a episode off in our basement. Now, the reason behind that is I am currently gathering resources for the little elevator area. Now, I know that I want to use, like, basically that for, well, definitely the roof and floor of the upstairs part. The downstairs part, I'm having a little bit of trouble visualizing. I know, like, detail-wise, I want to get some, like, skulk in there, whether it's in, like, a test tube or, something like that. But I'm not quite sure what else to go. Like, I feel as though the warped stems could look really nice, but I'm not quite sure how I'll put them in. I do think that I'm probably going to use some either quartz or white concrete. Actually, I think I'm going to use white concrete. Yeah, I'll use white concrete. We will mix that with what is the where's the terracotta? Here we go. It's not the easiest coming up with a palette because I don't necessarily want to go all in with wood exterior because I don't feel as though that currently fits what we're going for. But at the same time, I don't want it to be too similar, so I'm having to, like, I'm really starting to have to look a little bit outside the box. I also do need to get more obsidian because we need that for the portal on the other end. I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a little ponder. And I will bring us back once I've figured out the blocks that I am going to be using. Yeah, sport blossoms wouldn't fit. Yeah, next time we're back, we're probably over in the industrial district. Okay, so it's been a little minute. I've prepped the area, and I've picked up some blocks. Now, I was struggling to figure out how to do a building up there, so we're starting down here. But also, I did figure out what to do up there. I couldn't quite think of a building that would look nice while also fitting with the palette, but not, like, complicating things. Like, I didn't necessarily want to make it out of stone or, deep slate, because we're using that to, like, identify different farms. So I went there, okay, what about, like, white concrete, white quartz? Struggling to figure out how to not make it a box, okay? The entire place is going to be mob-proof eventually. Why the fuck do I need a building? Just make, like, a cool gazebo or something. So we're gonna make a cool gazebo. It might require me to shuffle the upper activation up a little bit, and it might extend the elevator a bit, but not by much. Only by a few blocks, and that's really no issue. But down here, we are going to be using, I've taken the time to gather a handful of blocks. I'm going to be using deep slate to help give some details. For the floor, I want to test out a mixture of gray terracotta with maybe a type of deep slate. I do also want to see if I can't add some skulk in the walls, and I'm going to use sea lanterns for the roof with dark prismarine. I'm going to keep the end portal with it, like, stepping down to it, and the nether portal is going to be over here. It's going to be slightly bigger than usual because 4 blocks seem better than 3 for this area. Slightly bigger, not enough to cause any issue. I have concrete and quartz. I haven't quite decided which to use yet. That being said, I don't think I'm going to shift the calcite in like I am for the towers and the upper area, because the whole idea behind the calcite is, it's a slightly more, the walls are getting constantly hit by erosion, same with the towers, everything's a little bit more worn up there, so it needed to have like it needed to look more worn. Down here, this can look a little bit more clinical, a little bit more scientific, you know, like a lab of sorts. So I don't think I'm going to necessarily mix well, I might mix the quartz with the concrete, but beyond that, I don't think I'm going to do any more like big texture differences on the walls. But we are going to add a lot of details, and I need to go and get the stonecutter because we are going to be based down here for a while, a hot minute. So yeah, I'm really liking the elevator. I think it's nice. Is it as quick as a bubble elevator? No. But it looks nicer, and it's cooler, and it's nifty. Where the fuck's the stonecutter? It's over here. Right? Yeah. Ooh, can you see the, Nope, that's the wrong map. Yeah, now you can see it. And obviously the beacon's going to be taken down from there. I've got no clue where or even if I will have a beacon over here. How's this doing? Oh, beautiful. I forgot I had that in there. I'm going to have to do a bit of cleanup once I've, yeah, I'm going to need to do a bit of cleanup in terms of shulker boxes at some point. It's getting a little bit out of there. But I'll probably do that once I've got the amethysts done. Which we will do, hopefully, provided this I can get done in this episode. We'll hopefully do the amethysts next episode. And all that should take is just clearing out the area, isolating which amethyst blocks we can use, and which are most beneficial, and then making it so that we can access all of them easily, and then maybe adding some detail. Not quite sure. After that, I do want to make a gunpowder farm, though, because we are running quite low on the old gun. Interesting. So that's really quiet. Does my game sound like fucked? That doesn't sound... See, that sounds better. But that sounds too loud. That sounds better. Yeah, no clue. But yes, so we have got all of the blocks that we need. Oh, this is never going to get old. This is never going to get old. But yeah, so we've got the blocks I want to use. First things first, floor, because if I get the floor in, I can do the roof easier. So we'll probably do floor, walls, roof in that order. In terms of this section, I'm going to leave it for now. And I will figure out this section once I know how much is exposed and exactly where I need to fill in blocks. So yeah, so we are going to get on with that now. Okay, so with the flooring, I decided to use glazed grey terracotta. Now that's what I decided on beforehand. I then realized I hadn't picked out a primary floor block. And polished deep slate, or whatever it's called, actually works incredibly well. Just plain polished deep slate. I wanted something that sounded sort of not necessarily like woody or like soft. I wanted something that sounded hard and labby and metallic, if that makes sense. Did a interesting design along the side by just alternating them, just to help make it look better. You know, give it an actual pattern instead of just the same repeated thing over and over. As you can see, I did try lacing some smooth quartz in with the white concrete, but the tones were just not there, and I vastly preferred the basic white concrete look. You know, again, leading into the whole clinical lab sort of vibes in this building. up using dark prismarine, again bringing back to that sort of blue tealy sort of color palette. Well, not so much palette, but like we're using a lot of white and grays and blacks and very not necessarily vibrant tones, but by having like the blue be that vibrant, you know, here's that pop of color, and keeping that throughout all of the builds in the area, I think it would help bring it together a lot more than if I, say, decided to use red somewhere for some reason, which I did plan on doing a little bit later on, but I switched to blue because I had that thought process. Also, dark prismarine is very clinically, tiley, yada yada, and sea lanterns are very, again, clinical laboratory style lighting. I couldn't figure out what to put in those spots, so I just decided to put sea lanterns in them, and they worked quite well. Cover them with a bit of glass, and bada bing bada boom, you've got some nice light sources. I will note that at some point in the near future, around episode 50, I'm going to start adding in some other series. Mainly because this series, as much as I love it, it's gotten to the point where it's taking me quite a bit of time to get even one episode recorded. Because now we're on to big builds, you know? Whereas if I was to start a modded series, it's like, oh, well, here's a new little trinket that we're gonna go and find, you know? So that's gonna be coming fairly soon. Again, I want to try, I think I mentioned this before, I want to try and get to episode 50 of this series and then start doing it, but it depends on how much I can pre-record. We'll see. But here I start putting in, it takes me a little bit to figure out the exact layout, but they're basically support pillars / extra detail to make the walls look better. And I quite like how they look. I think they add a little bit more detail to the place, and I really like it. Once again, the slabs are helping to add a lot more detail to the roof. And again, I like how they look. I think they look cool. It took me a little bit to figure out how to put them in, but we get there, as you'll see. It was more so working around the lights that slightly complicated things. Now this takes me a little bit to figure out, but I decided to add some skulk into the wall crevices, or the bigger wall crevice on either wall. I might add some more in the future, but for now it's just that on either side. I think it helps add a little bit more detail, a little bit more fun, cool, look at this, you know. I do try it without the lights, but it really needs the lights to look good. But if I move them up, there isn't that gap anymore, so that's what I do on this side as well. And I like them. I think they look alright. I do want to start using skulk a lot more. I also really like how the nether portal looks down here. Like, I don't know if it's the white concrete behind it or something, but it just looks so cool. I don't know. Okay, so it has been a hot minute. And we have got this area looking good. The lighting is okay. I don't necessarily want to add too... I don't quite know why that's so dark. There's literally one right there, but whatever. I do quite like it. We're not going to be down here that much. This is literally just to make the portal area look nicer. That being said, we should probably see where exactly we spawn. I should be... Don't you? Okay. Where are we? All right. There we go. We have the coordinates of this portal. Don't you? We're good. No, we're not. You saw nothing. Move along. Okay, so that's a nice nether spawn. That's cool. I can work with that. I will work on making a tunnel from there to our portal at some point. I'm leaving this blocked up for now because I genuinely don't trust myself while I'm, down here a lot. Should I put fences? Probably. Am I going to? Haha, no. I do think I'll change the buttons to a stone button of some kind. I just don't know which yet. Maybe like blackstone or deep slate. Not quite sure. Actually, what button? You got blackstone. There's not deep. Why did I think there was deep slate buttons? Okay, we'll do a stone and polished blackstone then. And stone can be cool. Polished blackstone can be way up. I should have brought my bed with me. Oh no. What has happened here? Okay, let's not use that because it's instant and it's... Oh no, can I send you back down? What has happened here? Okay, I can bring you... Oh, tits. Okay. Alright, okay. Alright, I know why it broke. That's fine, I can fix that. There was a honey block missing. Alright, that's fine, I can fix that. That's a cock up on my behalf. Yeah, I really should have clocked that. Okay. Alright, now how does it go again? I do believe that right. Now, you went basically just up. And around like that. And then you would have gone like that. Okay, oh my god, I thought we had a real issue there. Nah, that's just, okay. So what I'm going to need to do, I'm sorry, did I, oh, for fuck's sake. It's meant to be an easy fix. I'll just have to put, furnaces there. I think we have a few spare anyway. Is that good? Yep, okay. I think we have a few spare somewhere. Yep. Let's just real quick, I should probably turn that one because I think the sides are the exact same as the back. Right. Yep, perfect. Do it like that. Put the andesite back. Alright, I can get my bed now though. You know, that's a good move. Actually, let's just bring everything up because we're moving up for the rest of this. So let's just, how many blocks have I got to pick up? Oh yeah, we're fine. Okay, like I said, I'm leaving this covered for the minute because I don't trust myself. All right, take two. Please don't break. You shouldn't break. You have no. There we go. Okay, yeah, that was my building brain overtaking my redstone brain there. I wanted to add a archway, and it's like, ah, shit. The archway is movable. Why have we? Hello. Oh fuck. Why is there just two of you? You usually have more. Oh, hey, ahead. Yeah, get duked, motherfucker. Okay. So, next thing next. Gotta start putting this shit back down again. We need to do the upper area, which I do want it to be kind of like a gazebo. Now, how I'm going to add the buttons into a gazebo, I don't know. And that's part of the issue. What I could do is have This is a lot more difficult than I had previously anticipated. I know there's a way to do vertical signals, I just don't remember. Okay, right, let me dump some shit real quick. Okay. Right. I do want to do a gazebo up here. I feel as though it's the best way to go. It's actually figuring out the shape of said gazebo and how the fuck I'm putting you lot in. Maybe if this is the center, maybe either side of the center at the middle is the button. And it's on a little pedestal, and the little pedestal has... Okay, so we're going to want a significantly sizable... Actually, yeah, give me some... Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's back at base, never mind. We're going to want a significantly sizable base for the gazebo. So let's say out to like here, because then I have room to do some shit. I also don't necessarily want it to be at this level. I kind of want steps up to it, if that makes sense. So this is actually going to have to go higher up. Okay, so it's a little bit more complex than I thought, but when is something that I make not complex? All right, we're going to use quartz. I'm going to need to break you down. So here we go. We're going to use quartz. Because I think it would fit quite well. I have a sort of like idea in my head. I'm just trying to figure out how I can turn that into this build. And it's unfortunately a lot harder than I would like it to be. What level is haste at again? I think it's like tier 3. Uh-oh. Or is it tier 1? I don't know. We'll find out in a second. How is... whatever. Okay. If we do quartz, which I think would look nice, I don't quite know if I'm going to mix it with anything. I feel as though just a flat quartz could look quite nice. Maybe. Before haste goes, I want to get the beacon. There we go. Just helps speed that up. I like how you can still see the fucking villagers sprinting around in there. It's hilarious. Okay, so it's going to be a circular gazebo, because of course it is. If we would move the button across by one, and we'd move that to match, so I'd have to do a little bit more redstone, throw in a few more repeaters, which is fine. It's also going to go up, let's say, 2 blocks. Yeah, that's plenty. Though. Alright, I've got a few ideas. Where the fuck's the... Oh, it's here. We're gonna... I'm now wondering whether it would be better to just have, like, a dip down to the elevator, rather than try and bring everything up. It probably would. It could still look nice. So if that's the center of the gazebo, and it would be like a donut, it'd be like a ring around the outside. That could actually look quite nice, and also different, and help give the floor depth without, you know, having to change block types, and also less work for me. So we might go with it. Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps. Perchance. We will see. But yeah, holy shit, how long does it take for it to go night? Okay. We're gonna get on with that now. There'll probably be a slight... Oh, now it's night. There'll probably be a slight cut while I go and get some more quartz from base. Actually, we should have quartz here now. Alright. Let's, Phew boy. Time to get working on the gazebo. Okay, so with this wonderful upper building, as I mentioned in the video, it does take me a little bit to come up with a design idea. I go from a wooden shack to a concrete modern hut, neither of which really interest me, I don't know. And then I come up with the idea of a gazebo, because of course this whole area is eventually going to be mob-proof. So I don't necessarily need to worry about locking it away. And I quite like that idea. It fits the general theme, I can get some nice detail on it, and I like it. It's also interesting. Better than just another box building, you know? It does take me a little bit to reshuffle around some of the redstone, but not too much. And I also, as I mentioned in the video, I decide against raising the elevator platform by any blocks to save me effort. So instead I just have stairs down to it. Once again, here comes that same sort of blue, tealy pop of color, which again, having while the blocks used in the builds vary, they don't necessarily vary in shade. Well, not shade. Well, yeah, shade. No, shade isn't right. Pigment doesn't sound right either. It might be. But like, we've got white, we've got greys, we've got blacks. We've got all of those. We've got those three colors that we're using as a sort of base for everything. Every single build in this area is comprised of those three, along with maybe a bit of wood for flooring, but dark oak, and then a blue of some kind, because that's what the crystal's going to be. So by having that same blue reflect everything, in spite of the different blocks used for white, grey and black, ranging from black stone to deep slate to stone to quartz to concrete to whatever, it still helps tie it together, and it helps keep this sense of unity, which is quite nice. So here I go about putting in the little area for the button. I also go downstairs and change the buttons around downstairs as well. And as you saw, I also put in the pillars, which are going to be holding up this sort of gazebo style building. Again, sticking to quartz, trying to keep this... We've done a lot of detailing on the past two builds, especially on that iron farm. I kind of want something a little bit simpler, just to help give a little bit of a visual break to the greebling, as it's called in certain communities. I don't know if we use it in the Minecraft community. I just know it from Lego, so, you know. Here I start putting around the border for the roof. I, of course, designed on a domed roof, because when can I ever make anything easy for myself? A domed roof that costs me about 7 rockets and a lot of brain power to figure out how to look correctly. To be fair though, this is my first time doing a domed roof in a long time, and I don't actually often do block roofs. I tend to stick to stairs, slabs, maybe a block here and there, just to add some height. So, you know, this is block roofs are something that I really want to get better at. It's similar with custom built trees. I haven't done many of them. I want to get better at them. Let's just start putting that shit in, you know? Do I technically need to do that with modern style buildings? Yes. But I don't. I understand the appeal of modern builds, but I personally prefer stuff like this. You know, modern builds can feel a little bit. Maybe it's because I'm just not good at them. But I've never really enjoyed making modern builds. I like to keep it either rustic, medieval in some way, you know, high tech. You know, modern hasn't quite clicked with me yet. I would like to try it out. I don't have any plans to yet, but I certainly want to try and get better at it. But yeah, so as you can see, this is the first time of I think about 3 or 4 times where I take down the part of the dome and rebuild it again. I did start out using a little sphere generator, but I put in wrong sizing and it just sort of all fell apart, and I sort of thought, fuck it, I can do it myself, it'll be fine. See, that was getting there, it was just the top part that just didn't quite look right because it was too blocky. That wasn't quite you know, it's something like this takes a little bit of time and a little bit of patience, and you just got to keep working at it. You'll eventually get there. Like, around about now is when I started to realize that, yeah, okay, we're getting there. I'm starting to see the shape at long last. I also then add some slabs along the inside, as well as some stairs, just to help add a little bit of detailing, and also to make it look like the roof is actually, you know, fully supported, which is very important. But yeah, as you can see, the roof is made out of warped wart, which is again sticking with that sort of blue color theme. Warped wart is nice and textured, whereas, you know, concrete isn't really. I like it. I think it fits quite well. Okay, so it has been a little bit. I like the overall shape of the roof. There are just a couple of parts that are just not quite sitting right with me, but I'll be able to tweak that later. Something that I am going to figure out is lighting. Now, I have the idea of running chains down, but I can't figure out whether I want soul or regular lanterns. Soul would fit with the whole blue theme. Regular lanterns would be, ooh, cool. It's, you know, regular lanterns. They're nice. They've got a warm glow to them. I don't quite know what I want yet. Or maybe torches or candles. Ooh, floating blue candles. Okay, well that's that's actually a really good idea. Holy shit. I'm gonna need an awful lot of beeswax and string, because I want to do them in like clusters of 4, but that could actually work quite nicely. But yes, so that, once I've tested whether the candles work, if they don't, I'll figure it out off camera. But that is the whole portal entrance area figured out. I'm very... Well, actually, it's not that surprising that I got it done in one episode, because I technically didn't, because the whole elevator was last episode. Okay, where's the beeswax? There's beeswax. Where's the string? There's a string. Candles, woo. Okay, now I need... Oh, we've got a stack of cyan dye, that'll do. Whoop. And we've got flint and steel on us. Here we go. But yeah, so we have got the portal entrance thingamabob, whatever you want to call it, done. I am leaving the end portal closed off to make sure I don't fall down it, because there's a very real chance, since I'm still pottering about that area and fixing a few things up, there's a very good chance that I could fall down there. Don't want to do that, you know, that's it's not exactly healthy for you. Here we go. All right, let's test this. Let's see. Where do we want them? Like, oh, tits. Where do we want them? Should probably be up a little bit. So let's have a few on this level. We'll have them varying, like, heights and shit, you know? Like, varying Y levels. Stuff like that. Like, this one over here. Slightly higher. Ooh. 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 That's, yeah, we're just gonna... Let's just start placing the white. Oh, if you crouch. Now that is interesting. Let's say over here. Have a bit more. I've got grey concrete that I can switch to. Not a problem. Over here we have a handful more. A few more there. We even have like a couple like right up at the top here. Ah, fuck. Well, at least they don't take too long to break. Gonna start lighting these as we go. 1, 2. Because a nifty thing about candles is they can float. Somehow. You know, it's Minecraft, you know. Doesn't always make sense. There's a fair bit of realism to it, but you know. I mean, there's green camouflage dudes that blow shit up. Oh, now hang on, that's... I guess they're more realistic than I first thought. Okay, here we go. See, that looks nice. Well, it's a little bit... No, you know what? No, I like it. I think it's cool. It adds a little bit of mysticism to it. Like, oh, look, it's magical. Wah. But yeah, so we've got... I've also replaced the buttons both upstairs and downstairs, as you will see. But yeah, that is the elevator, upstairs roof to the elevator, and the downstairs portal room. I mean, the elevator was... Well, technically I finished it, because switching the buttons around. But that is this entire... Hello, sir. But that is this entire area done. Which I am very happy with, actually. Like I said, some of the shaping of the roof I'm not quite certain of. I don't typically do block roofs. I'm still getting a handle on that. Similar to trees, I don't custom make trees that much. And I don't really push block roofs too much, but I wanna try doing more block roofs because I think they can look really nice. But yes, so that is the that's that done then. Turn off the... There we go. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.